Well, more outrage tonight from the left over the Supreme Court's Hobby Lobby decision, which upheld certain companies' religious rights to decline to cover some birth control. The latest installment in misleading hysteria comes from the House Minority Leader.
We should be afraid of this court, that 5 guys should start determining what contraceptions are legal or not. That court decision was a frightening one, that 5 men should get down to the specifics of whether a woman should use a diaphragm and she should pay for it herself or her boss. It's not her boss's business.
Nancy Pelosi either doesn't know what she is talking about or is intentionally misleading you. First of all, the gender of the justices in the Hobby Lobby majority is totally irrelevant. Ms. Pelosi's reference to it is obviously an attempt to stoke resentment. When Roe v. Wade was decided, it was all men in the majority. Does Ms. Pelosi think those justices were ill-equipped to fairly decide that case? Or is it only when a judge disagrees with Ms. Pelosi that his gender is an issue? If Speaker John Boehner made a similar comment about the female Supreme Court justices, Nancy Pelosi would be crying sexism. And that's what she is guilty of here. Moreover, the 5 men in the Hobby Lobby majority did not, I repeat, did not, quote, determine what contraceptions are legal. Nor did they, quote, get down to the specifics of whether a woman should use a diaphragm, end quote. What a gross misrepresentation. Newsflash. All birth control that was legal before this decision remains legal today. The High Court simply found that a religious freedom law, which was co-sponsored by none other than, wait for it, Nancy Pelosi, sometimes protects corporations from being forced to violate their religious beliefs. She co-sponsored the law that gave them that right. Neither the High Court nor Hobby Lobby took issue with Kathleen Sebelius's minions over at HHS mandating behind closed doors after Obamacare was passed that companies cover birth control, 16 forms of it, in fact. But the majority did say that Hobby Lobby still had the right to object to covering just 4 forms of birth control that happen to terminate a fertilized egg, which some believe is abortion. No one ruled those contraceptives were illegal, and the diaphragm was never even discussed. It wasn't even one of the birth control forms at issue, which Ms. Pelosi should really know, since she famously promised us that after Obamacare was passed, at some point, we'd know what was in it.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it away from the fog of the controversy.